What if the smartest version of you is disappearing? Not overnight, not with a diagnosis, just quietly, one scroll at a time, one skipped night of sleep at a time. You still remember things, you still function, but something feels different. Words don't come as fast, focus slips. You reread the same sentence 3 times and you brush it off. I'm just tired. But what if it's not tiredness? What if it's a pattern? A pattern most people never notice until their mind isn't as sharp as it used to be. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Intelligence isn't fixed. It's not something you earned once and get to keep forever. Your brain is alive, constantly rewiring, constantly adapting to how you treat it. And some of the most normal, socially accepted habits in modern life are quietly working against it, not through dramatic damage, through small erosion every single day. By the end of this video, you'll understand the 5 habits neuroscience links to declining mental sharpness, and more importantly, why they're so easy to fall into without ever noticing. Because the scary part isn't the habits themselves, it's how normal they feel. Picture this, it's midnight. You told yourself you'd sleep at 10, but there's one more video, one more scroll, one more episode. You finally close your eyes at 1 a.m. and you tell yourself, I'll catch up this weekend. But the brain doesn't work that way. Psychologists explain that deep sleep is when your brain clears out metabolic waste, a kind of nightly cleaning system for your neurons. Skip that cleaning night after night and the buildup doesn't just make you groggy. Research suggests it slows reaction time, weakens memory consolidation, and reduces your ability to focus for hours afterward. It's not laziness the next day, it's biology asking for something you didn't give it. The lesson isn't sleep more, it's this. Protect the last hour before bed like it's the most important hour of your day. Because in many ways, it is. Your mind isn't made in the moments you're awake. It's made in the hours you think don't matter. You're writing an email, your phone buzzes, you check it. 10 seconds, no big deal. Except it's never just 10 seconds, because your brain has to reload the entire task you left behind. Psychologists call this attention residue. A portion of your focus stays stuck on the last thing, even after you've moved on. Do that 50 times a day, and you're not multitasking. You're fragmenting. Many experts explain that people who constantly switch between tasks don't actually get better at switching. They get worse at deep focus altogether. The brain that used to sit with one problem for an hour now struggles to sit with anything for 10 minutes. But here's where it gets interesting. The fix isn't willpower, it's environment. Silence notifications. Close the extra tab. Give your brain permission to finish one thought before starting another. You open the app just for a second. 40 minutes disappear. You don't remember most of what you saw. That's not an accident, that's the design. Short-form content trains your brain to expect a new reward every few seconds. And when real life doesn't deliver that same speed, a slow conversation, a long book, a quiet task, your brain starts to feel bored, restless, understimulated. Psychologists describe this as a shrinking attention span where sustained thinking starts to feel uncomfortable, almost unnatural. This is where everything changes, because deep thinking, the kind that builds actual intelligence, requires exactly what fast content destroys: patience. The brain doesn't grow from stimulation. It grows from struggle, from sitting with something difficult until it makes sense. If you can't sit still with your own thoughts anymore, that's not entertainment. That's a warning sign. You wake up already behind. Emails, deadlines, responsibilities stacking on top of each other. You push through. You always push through. But your brain wasn't built to run on stress indefinitely. Research suggests that prolonged, unmanaged stress floods the brain with cortisol, and over time, this can impair memory, slow decision-making, and shrink activity in the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for reasoning and focus. This is why, under long-term pressure, even simple decisions start to feel exhausting. Not because you're less capable, because your brain is operating in survival mode, not thinking mode. Most people never realize this connection. They blame themselves for feeling foggy, when really, their nervous system never got the recovery it needed. The lesson is simple, even if it's hard to practice. Rest isn't the reward after thinking clearly. Rest is the requirement for thinking clearly. This last one is the quietest, and maybe the most dangerous. It's not a bad habit like the others. It's an absence of a good one. Somewhere along the way, you stopped doing things that felt hard. The same shows, the same opinions, the same routines, nothing new, nothing uncomfortable, and your brain, always efficient, adapts to what you give it. Psychologists often compare mental sharpness to physical strength. If you stop challenging it, it doesn't stay the same. It quietly declines. The next habit changes everything because this one isn't about adding something. It's about returning to discomfort on purpose. A new skill, a harder book, a conversation that challenges your view. Your brain doesn't crave comfort, it craves growth, even when growth feels inconvenient. None of these habits will destroy your mind in a day. That's exactly why they're dangerous. They don't feel like decline, They feel like normal life. A late night here, a scroll there, a stressful week you push through without rest, but minds aren't lost in dramatic moments. They're lost in small, repeated ones. And the good news hiding inside all of this is that the same principle works in reverse. You don't need a perfect routine to protect your mind. You just need to stop repeating the things that quietly wear it down. The sharpest version of you isn't gone. It's just waiting for different habits to bring it back. If you enjoyed uncovering the hidden side of human behavior, subscribe to Time Uncovered for more psychology documentaries. Which one of these 5 habits hit closest to home for you? Let me know in the comments.